Yo, what's going on? It's your boy kaeveryday. It's your boy K. Hey, look, last week, I gotta be honest, man, I was kind of not super excited about doing the podcast because at this point, it just feels like this beef between Kendrick and Drake has been dragging on kind of long. But, I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't come up here today and talk about the video that Kendrick dropped, Not Like Us. He made it a point to drop it on the 4th of July, celebrating our independence. And he was trying to be funny because we all know that Drake is Canadian, so the 4th of July doesn't apply to Canadians. So that's why he purposely dropped it on the 4th of July. So while everybody was out, shooting fireworks and celebrating their independence, Kendrick wanted to drop a video. So if you haven't been living under a rock by now, I'm pretty sure you've seen the video. There's so many things going on in the video, so many quote unquote Easter eggs and things that he purposely put in there that you got to break down and be like, oh, that's why he did that. I'm going to be playing the video while I'm going through explaining the video, talking about it, giving my open and honest opinion about it. So I'm going to play the video right now as I'm going through this podcast. Oh, of course, I'm going to mute the audio because I don't want the audio bleeding through and you hearing in the background while I'm talking. But it was just so much stuff going on in this video. I can't memorize it all. I mean, I'm not the smartest person in the world, y'all. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to have it playing on the screen as I'm talking about it. So here we go. So first things first, before he even gets into the Not Like Us song or the actual video for that song, there's a snippet of another song that he's playing. And right now, nobody knows if it's going to be a song that's going to be on an album that he's working on that's going to be coming out in the near future, or if he just wanted to just put a song at the beginning before it drops into the Not Like Us music video. But if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be a song that's going to be on the up-and-coming album. I do want to point out that as of now, the music video has about 44 million people have viewed the music video. And there's been people out there that wanted to make a point that he beating Drake in that too, because I think the Drake Family Matters music video right now only has like maybe 31 million views. So Kendrick is beating Drake in the amount of views that the music videos have gotten so far, if that's something that you even care about. All right, so let's keep it going. So like I said, there's a snippet. I don't know if the fact that that little snippet or that song was purposely shot in black and white, I don't really know if that has any real significant meaning behind it, but I mean, it was cool. Nobody seems to know who's the music producer that did the music for that snippet, but the beat was hot. A lot of people are assuming that it's Mustard, but it didn't have that Mustard on that beat, so it's, whatever. But the beat was fire, and I kind of like the energy of the song. If he gonna have a whole project with that kind of energy, then I'll say, okay, cool, yeah, let's do it. So the beginning of the music video, again, he's paying homage to the dancing style that's out there that came from the West Coast, that was inspired the crumping or the dance battle type music. So it starts off, knock, knock, knock at the door. What's the code? I see dead people. And then I guess that's what lets him, get in the room. But it's not just a room that he's entering. So again, this is another one of those things that Kendrick purposely does because he's trying to drive home a message. So if you've seen the music video by now, you can tell that it doesn't look like he's in a regular room. It looks like he's inside of like a shipping container or something. And of course, what the shipping container or what it's alluding to or what's the hidden message behind it or what he's trying to say. If you know, right? So then he's sitting in the classroom, and then there's other students in the classroom and they're all dancing to the Not Like Us beat or to the song. Yeah. Then there's the infamous part. And like I said, man, so many people have been breaking this music video down because everything that Kendrick does, again, is very intentional. So it's almost like when you're looking at the music video, you can't just look at it for just sure enjoyment like you would do a regular video and just be like, oh, that was cool. Or yeah, that was that. Everything has a specific meaning. So the scene when he's doing the push-ups, It's crazy that there were so many people out there that actually was counting the number of push-ups that he did, because everybody just knew that there was going to be a significant meaning behind how many push-ups he did. The number of push-ups that he did, y'all, if y'all didn't feel like counting, I'm going to give y'all the answer to the test. He did 17 push-ups. There's people out there that feel that the reason why he purposely did 17 is because here in the United States, 17 years or younger is considered to be a minor. You know, the whole A minor. Yeah, so he did 17 push-ups. All right, so there's something else in that scene when he's, it's supposed to look like he's in jail. He's doing like the jailhouse push-ups. If you pay close attention, there's like a big picture in the background, and it's turned around so you can't even see what's on it, and it's not hanging up on the wall. There's people that feel like that's a meaning behind. So remember in Drake's song, he said, I bet you y'all got pictures of me on the wall when y'all cook up. So Kendrick purposely puts a picture in his video. The picture's not on the wall, it's down on the ground, and it's flipped around. So I think there's some meaning behind that. Now, you fast forward to the next scene in the video. Kendrick is smacking this piñata. That's an owl. Everybody by now know what the owl represents. That's Drake's logo, or the OVO owl logo. And he's hitting his piñata. But it has another meaning, because everybody knows, or a lot of people associate, when you look at piñatas, that's normally something that kids do at like birthday parties and stuff like that. So he's smacking the owl, smacking the piñata. And then not only does he do that, he trying to be funny. He puts this disclaimer on that part of the video. It says, no OVOs were harmed during the making of this video. So that's just kind of like, okay, you really trying to be funny now. All right. So we keep going. And that's the part I think where he go, wop, 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 my dad mess him up. So, that was crazy. So now this part of the video, the next scene of the video is real crazy, because, there's a part where Kendrick is doing it looks like he's crip walking. I don't even know what you want to call it, but he's kind of like skipping. It's a playground, and, there's no kids in the scene. It's just him. They drew like a hopscotch thing on the ground with chalk. He's skipping past all of the numbers, and I've heard people say this. I actually had to rewind it several times, because it's kind of hard to see it if he actually does it or not. But if you really want to dig deeper to the meaning behind this, besides the obvious, it looks like when he gets to the number 6, his foot skips over the number 6, because that's the whole, Drake calls himself the sixth god or whatever, because that's like a Toronto thing. So it looks like Kendrick purposely skips over the number 6 as he's doing the dance. He's kind of skipping over all the numbers, and he goes down the whole thing. And I have the volume turned down, but I've seen the video now a couple times. I'm pretty sure this is the part he timed it up perfect. I think this is the part of the video where it does the A minor as he's skipping over the numbers. Again, and that's the whole, kids play that game, the hopscotch thing. So that's another thing about he's trying to say that Drake likes young girls, or he mess with, underage girls, and that's the whole symbolism behind that. So then after that, he skips to the scene, because of course he wants to basically say he's united, the West Coast. He got the West Coast on his back right now. So then it cuts to the scene where it shows it's like thousands of people came out to this music video, and it's just like a wide shot, kind of high up in the air, and it's just kind of panning past the crowd. It's showing all of the people, and they actually used the live audio from that scene, and you can hear all the people sit chanting, they not like us, they not like us, ah. Now, the one part of these scenes that I did think was kind of crazy, if you really pay attention to the crowd in this shot, there are some people in the crowd that must didn't get the memo that they was filming, or they was actually recording when the camera was scanning over the crowd, because there are some people they're not even facing the camera, and they talking to people, and they doing stuff that you would have think people would have wanted to have 5 seconds of fame to be on camera. So you would have thought everybody would have made sure that they was looking up at the camera, or would have made sure that they weren't like, scratching their head, had their back to the camera, whatever. It was just a couple of people you could just tell they didn't know that that part was actually getting filmed, or they must have didn't think that that part was going to be in the music video. I don't know. I digress. But anyway, other than that, it was a pretty cool shot. Again, he just trying to show that he had the whole city rocking with him. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and of course, DJ Mustard, he's done some interviews since this music video dropped. And he tried to say that this wasn't taking a shot at Drake. I mean, of course, at the end of the day, we won't ever really know if he telling the truth or if he lied. I mean, nobody hooked him up to a lie detector test. But he made it a point to where, the Toronto baseball cap in the music video, like out of all the baseball teams that you could wear, you wear the Toronto hat. But again, he said that wasn't a slight at Drake. That wasn't him taking a shot at Drake. I guess the hat just matched the theme of what he wanted to wear with whatever else he had on in the music video. And then he had some spray painted on it too. It was like some words or something, some letters on it. I couldn't really tell what it said. I mean, I was looking at it several times and I couldn't really tell. Maybe I just, just the font of it, it was just kind of hard to read what it say. I saw some people saying there's a part where, him and DJ Mustard be dancing outside of the chicken spot. And he was just kind of clowning Mustard, saying that it looked like he ain't really had no rhythm. For somebody that puts out hit after hit when it comes to the music, you would think that he would just have a little bit more rhythm. But he was just kind of vibing. I mean, he was just kind of swaying side to side. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, he ain't gonna win no music dancing contest. But when it comes to this, making these beats, man, it's Mustard on the beat, yo. Now, this next scene with these shipping containers is kind of crazy. So if you pay close attention to what Kendrick is wearing in this shot, I think it was intentional. So if you can flash back several years, now I'm guessing that's when it was, when R. Kelly did the interview with Gayle, the sit-down interview, the suit that R. Kelly was wearing looks real similar to what the suit looks like that Kendrick is wearing in this shipping container scene. But maybe it was just a coincidence, but I think Kendrick did that on purpose. Again, he's trying to drive the point home that Drake messes with underage girls. And then it cuts to the scene with DeMar DeRozan. And, that's the whole... DeMar DeRozan used to play for the Toronto Raptors. And, of course, that's Drake's team. But now Kendrick trying to show, he might have played for them at one point. But, DeMar DeRozan is from my town. He from my hood. He from he from where I'm from. So he trying to say, hey, look, he ain't with you. He with me. So they do this cool, like, tight shot of DeMar DeRozan. And it's like a solo shot with just him bent down in front of the shipping containers. So they show the scene, and there's some dudes dancing inside the shipping containers, and they going crazy. And again, y'all know what the shipping containers, what that's supposed to represent, what that's saying. But Kendrick at this point is just really trying to drive the nail in the coffin. So let's see what else he got. So of course, there's the scene, and at this point, man, I swear I just feel like Kendrick just dancing on Drake's grave at this point. So then there's a scene where him and Dave Freeze, they dap each other up. And again, I don't think it's a coincidence that it looks like Dave Freeze purposely dresses like how Future and Metro Boomin was how they were dressed on the cover for the CD, or not the CD, but when Metro Boomin and Future put out the project, We Don't Trust You or something like that. I forgot exactly the title, but I think it was We Don't Trust You. Dave Freeze is dressed just like Future was dressed for that artwork, for that cover of that project. So he's dressed like that. He's kind of in the same pose and everything. And then Kendrick walks up to him and they dap each other up. Now, the reason why this is so important, because remember, Drake in the song he came out with, I think it was The Family Man. I can't keep all right song. I think it was the Family Matters one. He was basically saying or alluding to the fact that he was saying that there's a possibility that one of Kendrick's kids could be Dave Free's kid. But now this is Kendrick's way of saying, you know what? I'm going to squash all of that. I'm going to put him in the video. And not only did he put him in the music video, he's like the executive producer, or he's the producer of the music video, which is, again, just kind of like squashing all the rumors that Drake put out about him and Dave Free. All right, so they dap each other up. All right, so then they cut back to the scene with all the people, you know, in the crowd dancing. Now, there's one part of this video that I don't know if I've seen anybody that at this point has really been able to explain exactly what it was supposed to symbolize, what it meant. It was this girl doing a tightrope, and I mean, it looked cool. Now, in the background, it's just like the sky and some clouds. Now, the only thing I've heard that somebody tried to kind of break down, which it just still didn't really make sense, and I don't really know what this would actually mean. But if you look at how the sky and stuff looked, it looked real similar to the album that Drake put out years ago, where it was like him being like a little kid and he had an afro. And if you look at the background of that artwork, it was the sky with the clouds, looked real similar to this girl doing a tightrope. And even if that's what it was supposed to represent, I don't really know what that means, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So then it cuts to the next scene where, again, this is really Kendrick trying to drive the point home that, yeah, Drake, you was trying to paint some narratives, but I'm just showing you that ain't what it is. So remember, Drake was saying that, you know, Kendrick had some crazy splits when he was with TDE, you know, whole drop and give me 50. Basically, he was saying that TDE was taking 50% of the split between them and Kendrick. Where in the music video, Kendrick has all of the members and the head guy of TDE. They all standing in the middle of the projects. You know, they got the Rolls Royces in the background, and they all just kind of like dapping each other up. It's like a real cool shot, just basically saying, look, even though I might not be on their label no more, I still rock with these guys. We still cool, and they still, you know, sticking together. So that kind of squashed, or at least it appears that kind of squashes the whole, there's any kind of beef with them guys and that they was doing them wrong. But anyway, I digress. But that was a cool shot, though. And then it cuts back, and in that shot, you know, they laughing and everything, and then Kendrick just kind of dancing around, just having fun. So then it cuts back to the scene where it showed well, I'm going to say they kids. I mean, they probably young adults, but they back in the shipping container, and he dancing with the same people that was in the scene when he was in the classroom sitting in the shipping container. Now they all are back inside of that, and they all dancing, and they just having a good time. You know, they basically having like the dance battle, you know, and that's the stuff that they do out there on the West Coast. They're doing all the crumping and everything. So he really, at this point, Kendrick doing the video, he's saying, look, man, we do this, you know, this for the culture. And then he didn't stop there. Then he cuts to the scene, and this was crazy. He cuts to the scene where he dancing with his family, because, you know, that was the whole thing where Drake was saying, again, that his fiance, Whitney, might have been being unfaithful, and she might have been messing around with Dave Free, and one of the kids might be his and all that stuff. Well, Kendrick, with the whole family, is dancing to the song. They all look like they crip walking or whatever it is, whatever they doing. She doing it. And, you know, the whole fact that, because, you know, of course, Drake was alluding to the fact that Kendrick might have been abusive to her. But in this scene, she's actually wearing a wife beater. And again, I don't think that was by accident. She purposely is wearing a wife beater, saying, okay, so you accuse Kendrick of being abusive to me. I'm going to be in the music video. And to really drive the point home, I'm going to be wearing a wife beater. And they do, and all the whole kids in there, they just dance around having a good time. It was kind of crazy. All right. So here he is. And I done seen some people, you know, they was trying to say that one of the jackets that Kendrick was wearing looked like it had a date on it. But then there's some people that said that it wasn't a date. it says something else because everybody they try to break down everything. Well, what does that date mean that it's gonna be dropping at a certain? Oh, is it he dropping a project on that date? Now they've said that that's not what that was. Now at the end of the video, it was real crazy. So of course there's this scene at the end where Kendrick is staring at this owl, and then basically the symbolism behind the fact that he put the owl in the cage, and again the owl represents Drake's. That's the logo for Drake's OVO record label associated with Drake. So he's basically saying, I put the owl in the cage. And then, of course, I've seen people doing the whole, and that's also supposed to be symbolic of the, I know why the cage bird sings. And that could be true. But even if it wasn't even that deep, just the fact that it symbolizes, like, look, the owl, everybody knows that the owl is, symbolic with Drake. And I just put the owl in the cage. And then again, at the end of the video, it flashes to this screen and it just says directed by Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. So that's just that's just the final nail in the coffin. Let's put a bow on it. That's the long kiss goodnight. I can't even hate on the man. The video is crazy. I've actually watched it now a couple of different times because, at first I just wanted to watch it, surface level, just to enjoy it for what it was. And then I had to go back and watch it a couple of different times to see if I could get some of the symbolism that other people were saying, hey, well, right there, he meant this. And, Kendrick, he's very cerebral. So that means, I know I just said that word wrong too. And so that means that, it was a deeper meaning behind that. And he really meant this. And, the reason why he chose those colors, because those colors mean this and that and all that. So, like I said, I've watched it a couple of different times now. But I just want to come on here today and just break this whole video down. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Drake gonna come back with another diss? Do y'all think Drake gonna come back with another video to try to put this to bed and basically squash this whole not like us movement? I got a feeling if Drake don't hurry up and do something, this song is just gonna be the song of the year. It's just gonna keep, the momentum is just gonna keep building. It's gonna go through the summer, and I don't know what he gonna do at this point, man. I don't know if he ever gonna recover, or if he just gonna totally try to just get out of hip hop altogether and maybe just switch to just doing the dance stuff, because that's a whole nother genre that Kendrick ain't gonna even try to get into, and then he'll just have his own lane to do what he wanna do. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all be good and stay safe.